right. Good morning, Donna. How are you doing today?
I am doing well. And yourself, Carla?
Good, good. Thank you. I'm so excited to have another one of our 5 questions networking. They seem to be going really well and people seem to enjoy them. So I appreciate you jumping on with me today.
It was a great idea to have this so people can get to know everyone else in the chamber a little bit since we can't meet in person right now.
I know. It's been so frustrating. So I'm glad they're going well, and I'm super excited to have you. You know, Donnie, you've been a member of the chamber since well before I became involved with the chamber. So you've been around a while. People may know who you are, but maybe not know the extent of everything that you really do at Delos, which is your business. So I'm going to kind of jump into my first question, which is, who are you and what is your business or industry?
Okay, well, I'm Donna Body and I am with Delos in Collegeville. And what we do is we make the web work for you. And what that means is that we help businesses with their digital marketing, planning, and strategy and implementation in order to grow their businesses. It's
Wow.
more important than ever that we kind of integrate what we do in real life with online, especially now when so much of what we have to do is online. So we help people, whether it's with the planning, the training. We do a lot of training for people. Implementation, whether that's websites, email marketing, social media, video, podcasts. We do a few podcasts for people and stuff too. You got to get your message out there, but you have to do it in a way that gives your users a better experience, but also is manageable and maintainable for you as a business. You should be trying to figure out how to make it easier on yourself too.
Well, and that's actually one of the main reasons why I really wanted to invite you on today specifically is because I feel of all the businesses, this is really needed right now. And people really need to be on top of what their messages are and how they're putting things out there with in light of our 2020 craziness. And we're moving into 2021. Hopefully people really recognize the value in those services.
True. And it's a hard time because you're like, oh, I don't have do I have the money to do this? Do I, but it's an investment and we really try to partner with our customers to really help them grow. And in some cases in 2020, it was survive, but be better positioned. Stuff is going to come back and some things are not going to go back, I don't think, to the way they used to be.
I
And
don't think so either.
as we rely more and more on online stuff, that's not going to go away. People like the convenience of that. And so how can you use that to your advantage to actually make your own business easier for you to run and more profitable as well?
Awesome. Well, let's jump in. How did your journey bring you to where you are today?
So I, back in the before times and the before times, worked in corporate America. And my business, once I left corporate, has always been about using technology to either better communicate with whoever your constituents are or to improve your processes. And so I've been in business a long time, and there weren't smartphones when I started, or even the web wasn't a big thing. And I don't know if people remember like dial up
Oh, yeah.
for
We're
internet and
dating
things like that.
ourselves.
I know I was 10, but
Oh, yeah. I was not.
but we had a lot of large corporate clients, so we were doing things like kiosks at trade shows and training programs and different things that use multimedia and that sort of thing. But what's happened over time is that the technology has really leveled the playing field. What big companies used to spend, like, let's say like an email marketing system, right? Maybe they spent $250,000 to develop and run one. You can get for $15 a month or something as a small business, right? So it's, a lot of times the big companies were saddled with their legacy technology, and this new technology that we have really made it leveling for anybody to get their voice heard and get their message out. So we pivoted a number of years ago to the local businesses, and I spent a lot of time, training people, educating people, and then implementing things for them using, not always just, using the latest technology is not always the best thing. We're going to keep on top of the technology for you, but it's important to, not just chase every shiny thing that comes along. Oh, look, there's a squirrel over there. But to really do things that work and move the needle for you, which is, what you want to do. You want to grow.
Okay. Well, things have really changed so much, and I see them changing so quickly sometimes. How do you guys keep up with the ever changing? I know I'm throwing you a little bit of a squirrel there, but how do you guys see those things changing, like maybe in the next 5 years? How's that?
Well, I mean, it's really hard to predict, right? I mean, that's the thing about all this stuff, is that it's so new, what's coming with artificial intelligence, voice. Look at us here on video, like the Jetsons, right? And, who would have thought, 15 years ago, 10 years ago was really like, the iPhone's only a little more than 10 years old, right? Uh-huh. So all these things. So we like keeping up with this stuff. So, it's interesting to us. So that's kind of, we keep up with it so you don't have to. And we try to weed out what's the fad and isn't going to maybe be around, or what's not sustainable. But the important thing, and the thing that I try to focus on, is these are all tactics,
right?
And the strategy and the messaging and all that stuff is what's the important thing. And, you're always still going to have to find customers and get them to, like your product, or resonate, have your product resonate with them, and have them, do business with you.
Okay. Well, what is one thing that you think people don't know about your industry? Like when they hear what you do, like what's one thing you don't think they really think about?
I think that one of the things that I think people like jump right into, the real tactical stuff. Oh, I have to get someone to post on Facebook for me or something, right? And not understanding that having the plan and the strategy, and even before that plan, the strategy, really knowing, keeping in alignment, like who is your client? Who are you trying to reach? What problems are you solving for them? And does your product or service actually address those problems for those people? And then creating a message around that that's going to resonate. I tell people that the whole digital marketing thing is really like you're telling your story online. People do business with people, especially small businesses. So you're trying to build relationships and build know, like, and trust. Mm-hmm. And if you don't know who you're talking to and what you're selling, or if your digital marketing isn't focused in that area, then you're wondering, why am I not getting the clients that I want? Well, you're over here talking to some different set of people that don't need your service. So I think that part is missing a lot of times for people, and then having the plan. How do you know if it's working if you don't know where you're going? Mm-hmm. And having the plan also makes it so much simpler to implement and execute, because too many times people think, I don't know what to do in that email, or what should I put on my website, or I don't know what to put on LinkedIn, and I'll get to it later. Well, later is never going to come if you don't stop treating it all as a silo and integrate it all together into one plan that's going to move your business where you want it to go.
And a lot of times it's so daunting for people to think about all those things that they do get siloed into, well, if I just do this one thing, I'll be okay. We're really, I guess what you're offering them is that broad view to say, look at it in one shot and say, what can we do to make it more effective?
Right. And that doesn't mean that you have to do everything.
That's true too.
Okay. It doesn't, It doesn't, you have to build something that's going to be sustainable and manageable for your business on an ongoing basis, because you don't go and say, okay, that's it, my marketing's done for the year.
Well,
and
goes,
Pivot, right?
right, it's all about pivot, right? Exactly. And doing that. Well, and I can always tell you are so passionate about what you do that it's contagious, and it makes it not seem quite as scary, I think, to some people. You know, you have a lot of business owners who are in such a wide range of ages that, you know, people who, like you said, sending the postcard out used to be their plan. Well, now that postcard isn't getting as much traction with, say,
If
millennials.
it gets delivered.
These days.
I just got a Christmas card in the mail yesterday.
I did too. I did too. And that's it. You know, you think about what are those best strategies these days that are the most cost effective for people and are really getting them their best return on investment. And in years past, it may have been that postcard. Well, now it may not even be something that maybe an older business owner is even thinking about. And a millennial is thinking, oh, well, that's out of my reach. Or, you know, it's hopefully they're really thinking
Yeah, I
progressively
don't
and
even
you can
think
help
it's
them.
age. I think
You know?
it's, are you of the mindset that you want to grow your business and
Okay.
that you're looking to improve?
And that's really a very good point. That's an excellent point.
You know,
So
but I've also had people saying, I'm 2 years from retirement. What do I need to do about this? And I'm like, well, okay, you said you want to sell your business. A business with a 5,000 person email list that you communicate to regularly is worth a lot more than one that, you know, has a 10-year-old website.
that's very true.
So, you know, because today people expect you to be online. They
Yeah.
expect to find out the information. You know, I noticed this, like, you know, during this whole pandemic thing, right? Like, who's open? Are they open? Can I go in person? Restaurants, what do you have, a special menu? What is it? Like, if you can't find that online, you're not going to like drive around.
No, no, exactly. I mean, and restaurants are that perfect example, you know, and so many had to make that switch to being able to order online and take payments online. And there's so many more things for people to think about these days that, you know, that information needs to be instantaneous. If you want to find out what it is, you don't want to wait, you know, to say, I wonder what their soup of the day is and call.
Right. Or what, you know, what kind of hours do they have today? Are they open? Or, you know, I mean, it's the same thing. You know, if I want to get my hair cut, like, and it's 10 o'clock, oh, I need a haircut. Oh, can I make the appointment right online? That's convenient for me. That's the time I was able to do it. And we've gotten so conditioned to having that convenience that it's a user experience we come to expect from everyone.
It really is. It really is. And that's something for everybody to keep in mind. So, well, on that note, let's pivot to a fun question for networking. And this is part of the 5 questions as well. And hopefully this last question is fun and triggers, you know, conversation. Maybe if
No
you see
pressure on
somebody.
me.
No, fun question, you know, and I've thought of some good ones recently. I've asked some people, you know, what's their superhero, what's their, if they could be a superhero, what would it be? Or if they were on a desert island, what would, you know, one thing they would take with them? So for you, I was thinking it's cold outside, it's January, you know, I don't know about you, but I'm thinking about vacations. So is there like a special vacation that you had with your family or something fun that you had done that you're like, you know what, I'm just sitting back dreaming about this fun vacation I went on. What do you think?
So vacations for me, there's two types, right? There's we're going to go with the family and we're going to go to the beach and I'm going to not do anything. I'm going to have a walk on the beach or, you know, a ride on the kayak on the bay or whatever it's going to
Decompress.
be. And the big decision is going to be, where should we go for dinner tonight?
Yeah.
Because sometimes you just need that chill and decompress. But when I
Yeah.
do, like, you know, go on a vacation and to travel somewhere, I do really like to explore like foods of other countries and wines and stuff. And then a couple of years ago, my son was studying in England and my sister and I went to visit him, but we went to Italy and he met
Oh,
us there.
wow.
And we did like this 7 day, it was like different wineries and food places like the chocolatier, the place where they made the prosciutto, the, you know, and the different, like the you know, you go to the winery and the grandma is like cooking for you over the hearth and serving her homemade pasta and stuff. And I just remember this one place we were at, and my son, it was like the true grandma thing. And what do you mean you're not going to eat that? But it was just, really interesting to be able to see a lot of the different little wineries and the different styles and learn their history and things. And of course, drink wine, right?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you'll have to be my wine expert if I have any questions, or if anybody has any questions about wine, we'll have to know to be able to come to you. That sounds like so fun.
It was really, really enjoyable because, like I say, it was the food, it was the little tiny Tuscan villages, and then plus the different kinds of wineries, like one was like all modern and organic, and this place, and another one is in this like old monastery, right?
Wow.
So
I bet your pictures were amazing.
It was fun. It was really nice, and it was a good experience. And but that's the kind of travel I like to do. There's a lot of places I like to go, and just kind of see the culture and learn a little bit more about what they're doing and things like that.
It's so neat when you look back on those things, and it's neat that you had that experience with your son too, because they're memories that you always have. I mean, I know that's one of my favorite things, is to look back and see how little my son was, or different ages, and the fun things, just to experience that with them is so important. So
yeah, we do that with like our beach thing, because I look back at the pictures, and it's like I say, when we do this like beach thing, it's like we kind of do the same thing every year, which is nothing, but it's like, everyone, the family's all together, my brother's family, my sister's family, everyone, kind of gets together. But, it's like, oh yeah, what year is this? You can't tell, because you just got to look and see how little the kids are, because we're doing the same thing, but it's fun. It's so good to have that time to spend with people,
Oh yeah. And that's so great. Those family trips are invaluable. Those are the things you're going to remember. But well, awesome. Well, real quick before we end, if you could let me know, like, what's the best way to get in contact with you if somebody wanted to touch base with you?
Okay. So the website is delosinc.com. That's DELOSINC.com. And you can get me at dBotti at that address. It's Botti like manicotti. So it's BOTTI. At delosinc.com.
Perfect. That's awesome. And you guys have an amazing Facebook page. Real quick, I'd like to give a shout out. You had some amazing tips for getting ready for 2021. They were really wonderful, and they were great things. I know we had some in our newsletter.
Right.
So you always post great tips and tricks for that. How can people sign up for your updates?
So you can sign up on our website to get the emails, or you could reach out to me on LinkedIn or Twitter. I'm Donna Botti there too. Just send a message. We do a weekly podcast and newsletter with a quick little tip. Today's tip, for example, was Facebook is doing away with likes for business pages. And it is only going to be follows from now on. They used to have both of them. So anybody that still has their messaging that says, hey, like us on Facebook, it's time to change it. Follow us on Facebook.
Oh, that's really a great tip. Yeah, I didn't know that. So see, you've learned something every day.
Tech News Tuesday this morning.
I did not. It has been a busy day.
That's okay.
But I do read them. I'll let you know. I do enjoy them. And they're really, really great tips for anybody that's listening. I would really recommend them sign up for them. You really have some great insight for that. So. And
they're quick. They're short. We're not going to make something really long. So the Tune Up for 2021 program, which you can still sign up for at Tune Up 2021 on our website. We'll send you the emails with the different tips, but again, each one, it's like 2-3 minutes for you to kind of get what you need as you need it.
Now, they were great, and thank you so much for doing that, and thank you for including us. Thank you for being such an awesome chamber member, and thank you for coming on my 5 Questions Networking today, Donna.
Welcome. It was great to see you, Carla.
Well, you have an awesome rest of your day, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you soon. Let's hope I get to see you in person soon.
Just see through the camera here, right?
That's it. Have a wonderful day, Donna. Thanks.
Thank you. You too.